It's come to my attention that this microphone has a really high gain, and so you guys can hear me breathe a lot and you can hear my lips smack. I'm really sorry about that. There's nothing I can really do about the gain of the microphone due to my limitation in software that's available to me right now. But at the same time, since this is kind of like a really slowed down stream, right? Your day's been hectic and you're probably just about to go to bed for those of you who are early sleepers, then this is kind of like instead of the hectic pace of most of these streams.
Let's slow it down. Let's slow it way down.
The person you see on the screen right there, that is Desmond is Amazing. I don't know his full name and I don't care to know his full name. It's not really of interest to me. He's an example. I'm not really going to go in on him in particular or berate him or chastise him or anything like that. There's no critique of him in the show right now. What I'm actually doing is I'm doing sort of like a treatise. It's a treatise. If society were a work of fiction or a work of literature, then this would be a treatise on how society is basically turning our young into perverted versions of liberals. So, liberals have been racist, sexist bigots for a long time. And if you doubt that they have been homophobes, take a look at when a liberal wants, like specifically a liberal feminist, when it's a liberal feminist and they want to make a point about how much they hate you not taking no for an answer, right? Let's say you ask them out for dinner, like, hey, would you like to, grab some lunch or grab a dinner? I know this great restaurant. I know this great restaurant. And they go, no, no means no. You're like, and you don't really get the tone of what they're saying because they say it, but you don't get a definitive I mean it, no means no. You think maybe they're playing hard to get, maybe it's a little dance, and they go, how would you like it if some guy raped you tonight? Okay, so you're bringing homosexuality as a threat to me. You get what I'm saying? Do you respect the LGBTQIA community or don't you? Because you're using their identity as a warning to me to prove a point. Please disregard the engines outside. They're filming the Fast and the Furious number 10. Now, with Desmond is Amazing here, it's not breaking news. He's been out there for a while. At the time when this photo was taken and when he was doing his thing out there in, I don't know, New York, I think he was 11, either 11 or 10 or something like that. Now, Desmond is probably, I don't know, 13. And he's around many people who look like they don't have his best interest at heart. You see these two gentlemen here? I've watched some of the videos. Sorry about the hard breathing. Again, I can't control the gain of this microphone. When I watch these videos, I get a feeling that this boy is drugged up, like they put something in him. Whether it's I mean, what kind of drug? What kind of drug is it that calms you down and makes you very docile? Whatever that drug is, I believe they give it to him in like small dosages. You know what I mean? But the liberal camp, they're so afraid of being called an istophobe or any of these things that even when obvious, obvious abuse is being done and taking place right under their nose, they're afraid to call it out. This is why a lot of the news that's coming out with the hashtag Me Too, a lot of it, a great majority of it, are leftist liberal men who are being called out by their own people. Let me get to one of these videos with Desmond is Amazing, just in case you don't know who he is, right?
Also do drag, and I love to put on makeup, dresses, and wigs, and of course jewelry if necessary. My full drag name is Desmond is Amazing. I feel very happy to have a mom that accepts me.
It really touches me deeply that there are other children out there that he's reaching and they're listening to him and he's influencing them.
Please welcome Desmond Napoles, aka Desmond is amazing.
Root beer, caffeine free. I can get on board with that.
My mom doesn't like me drinking caffeine.
Does it make you hyper? Yeah, me too. They don't like when I drink caffeine either. But Desmond, you're one of the youngest and first drag queen / kids. And I've heard that you've gotten messages from young adults who look up to you for being who you are. What are some of the notes you've gotten?
Some of the notes I've gotten are like that you inspire me very much, and I wish I could have had the support that you have when I was a child.
Now, I don't know what kind of adult looks up to children. I don't look up to children. That's not a thing. That's not something that I do. You have been born here, and you have all this long track record of experience and existence out here in the world, so that you can pass some of that experience onto the child, not the other way around. You're not supposed to be an adult and then you are looking up to children who just got here. That's not how that works. That's not a thing. He says that he's getting notes. I don't think he's being honest. Not that I think he's being dishonest on purpose. I think that he's being forced to be dishonest about the sorts of notes that he has. One of the things I also wanted to point out is he says, my mom doesn't let me drink caffeine. Your mom doesn't let you drink caffeine, yet your mom lets you strip in gay bars. If you think I'm being hyperbolic here, let me actually go into an article. Before I do that, it's time to announce that it's reading time with your Negro, Brotep. Give me a minute. What I'm actually doing is setting up the article. Okay, now that you have the setup here, let's go into the article here. Again, please excuse the inside voice, right? I'm trying to be, calm and quiet, and especially with the gain on this microphone. Mom defends gay bar performance. Hold on. Drag kid Desmond is amazing. Defends gay bar performance. Drag kid Desmond is amazing's mom had hit back at critics after an article claimed he danced like a stripper at a recent performance in a gay bar in Brooklyn. Well, there were several of these performances. It's, the internet. It's the internet. You can't hide things. I saw or ran into, it's not like I really searched for it either. I was sent a video of this kid dancing at one of these bars, right? And then I got sent another one. So he's done this more than once. So this incident that they're alluding to here and that they're going to defend against, it's only one of many. But let me continue. Desmond is amazing, who is 11 years old and has an international following, performed at a Brooklyn bar in December, leading to considerable backlash from some bloggers and commentators. However, Desmond's mom has now hit back at critics in a Facebook post in which she said they had experienced kickback from the drag community and said she wanted to defend all involved. Okay, here we go. This is why I really wanted to come in. Give me a second here. This is where I wanted to come in here, because as you know, on this channel, we support the LGBTQIA community, and that's trans included, right? What we don't support is exposing children too early to life choices that should be taken as adults. And so what happens here, even the drag community was like, whoa, you have a kid deciding something so major in life, and you're having the kid do this at such an early age. Okay, let me read that again. However, Desmond's mom has now hit back at critics in a Facebook post in which she said they had experienced kickback from the drag community and said she wanted to defend all involved. Backlash is blatant homophobia. That's what she says, I guess. Articles have been coming out recently claiming that my son danced half naked and stripped in a sleazy gay bar. And you'll excuse me if you hear a sound of me nearly throwing up in my mouth. Okay, I mean, reading this is just, I need to take several showers. Articles have been coming out recently claiming that my son danced half naked and stripped in a sleazy gay bar for grown men who threw dollar bills at him and is being exploited and forced to perform, the post said. My son is a professional drag performer, not a stripper. Neither one is good. Why is your 11-year-old son a professional drag performer? Drag is asexualized. I know many people will defend it and say, no, it's not sexualized. It is a sexualized performance art. Let's be honest here. You're hitting all the cues. If you see a drag performer, right? He or she is hitting all the cues hitting all the visual cues of sexualization, right? With the batting eyelashes, the exaggerated silhouetted movements of the hips and the shoulders, and the clothing and everything. And then now, it's not enough that you have guys doing this, right? And that's okay if they're adults, but you want a child to be doing this, an 11-year-old. That's where we all come to an impasse. No one's going to support this. In fact, one of the video that I showed you at the beginning of this, you should go to the home video there and see the downvote ratio. There's probably 3,000 thumbs up and something like 70,000 thumbs down. And the comment section is inundated. There's virtually no, that means zero positive feedback on that page because everyone sees this for what it is. My son is a professional drag. Let me highlight this travesty here. My son is a professional drag performer, not a stripper. No one forces him to perform. Performing is what he loves to do and has always loved to do. Always loved to do. He's 11. What do you mean has always loved to do? The boy at probably 4, the boy probably was just getting used to hearing his own name. Okay? Like that, this is crazy. This is crazy. Desmond's mom, let me go back here. Not go back, but let me go down further. Come on, website. Desmond's mom, I guess this is a British, because the way they pronounce mum here and write it down, mum. Desmond's mum, right? Desmond's mum said that the backlash was blatant homophobia and a display of the grossly outdated belief that gay men are pedophiles. Huh. Well, now, do you know that I wasn't even criticizing the gay men at the bar? I was actually criticizing the mom, but she seems to think that any criticism geared towards her, she shifts all that over to the gay men at the bar. The gay men are at the bar. It's not like Devin planned this and gave out tickets and flyers, right? It seems to me like it was kind of impromptu, spontaneous. So he showed up there. The gay men are gay men. They're at a bar because they're gay men who go at bars. Now the thing is, they happen to be there, and in the heat of the moment, the kid starts doing a dance or whatever. The crowd being what it is, you can have people who would be inducted into Mensa and the Prometheus Society, right? All these high IQ clubs. You can have people who are that smart that can be included into those places. And if you throw them in a crowd, their IQ drops about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 points. So this crowd of gay men who frequent bars, because that's what gay men who frequent bars do, they're in a gay bar. They're there, and this boy shows up, starts stripping. The crowd goes, huh, this is interesting. Go ahead, go on. Well, since he's working so hard, let's give him some money. That's a crowd's psychology. That's a crowd psychology. I have no animus towards the gay men in this scenario. The animus I'm saving for the mother. It's for the mother. Desmond's mom said the backlash was blatant homophobia and a display of grossly outdated belief that gay men are pedophiles. The truth is, my son is a professional drag performer, not a stripper. No one forces him to perform. Performing is what he loves to do and has always loved to do. He was a ballet dancer. Nothing wrong with ballet, but ballet is not hypersexualized. He was a ballet dancer for 4 years and is currently earning an A+ grade in drama at high school. He is extremely talented in his celebrity and character impersonations. His costumes are less revealing than a dancer's or cheerleader's uniform and are always age appropriate. While he dances, he does not move in a sexual manner. Oh, please. Come on, come on, come on. We saw the video. Come on, we saw the video. He always dances. He does not, while he dances, he does not move in a sexual manner. He often collects tips, as drag queens sometimes do. Do you see the backwards bending and the stretching and the gymnastic, the mental gymnastics that they're doing to actually intellectually rationalize this abuse of a child? Do you see what's going on here? Desmond's mom also said that his performances are done with regard to regulation around child performers, and that he is never allowed into a bar area of a club he is performing in. Instead of tearing drag kids down, why not mentor them? They are the future of drag and will be your successors one day. Practice love and less hate. Desmond is Amazing's mom. Now, here's the thing. You notice who she's addressing here. This is not even me attacking her as a conservative. This is not Ben Shapiro. This is not Tucker Carlson. This is not Candace Owens, not Jesse Lee Peterson. It's not any conservatives attacking her. Do you know who's attacking her? Drag performers, drag queens themselves. They're saying, holy shit, this is perverse. You have a child. We have chosen our path in life. And we're blazing trails. We're doing this our own. You have taken a kid who has no real concept. I mean, has the boy even taken he's 11 years old. Does he know what the world really looks like, how the world works? No, he does not. And you have him making a life choice that's monumentally transformative. I I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this, but it seems to me like this boy, once he becomes a man, he's going to look back on what his mom allowed him to do when he didn't know better. And whoo, God help this mother. God help her. God help her. He stays backstage with me in the dressing room on or on stage only. It must be noted, however, that it is not against the law in New York City for a minor to be in an establishment that serves alcohol as long as they are accompanied by an adult. Desmond was the sole performer of the performance. Wow, I guess she didn't write this. She said it. So my OCD, I'll have to give her a pass. Desmond was the sole performer of the performance at the center of this controversy, and he performed 3 numbers. The venue took measures to make sure it would be age appropriate, and audience members that attended were respectful and in good conduct. I don't care. So let me ask you something. The way she's standing here, those of you, I don't know, 5 or 6 of you are probably watching, right? Let me see how many. Probably 2. Oh, okay. We have 9 people. That's fine. Now, let me ask you, those of you who are watching, and if you can actually see my screen, take a look at this boy, right? Is this not a sexualized pose, right? The dainty affectation of the shoulder, the doughy eyes, the Marilyn Monroe kind of, the I don't know, the finesse of like a Marilyn Monroe. This is a sexualized imagery right here. I'm blown away that pinknews.co.uk is even allowed to show it. And I'll be if YouTube, if you deem it fit to take this video down, I have no problem with that. I feel like I want to throw up in my mouth just reading this, right? So Desmond is Amazing has faced criticism online. Of course he has. I've been part of that criticism. I've been like, yo, stop abusing this boy. Desmond is Amazing has faced criticism online. The performance at the center of the controversy, yeah, they're British. Look at how they spelled center. The performance at the center of the controversy, or controversy, if they're British, right? The performance at the controversy allegedly took place on December 1st, and since then has received considerable backlash from conservative bloggers and news websites. Desmond's parents also responded to another controversy yesterday. This right here, this is not a quote, right? Why are you using the word controversy like 3, 4 times in this article? You should be more professional than this. It doesn't have to be controversy, controversy, controversy. Come on. Desmond's parents also responded to another controversy yesterday after a YouTube video that circulated widely claiming that Desmond was being drugged. Yes, Desmond he looks like he's being drugged. Come on, man. He looks like he's being calmed down by those sedatives. Okay, he looks like he's been given a sedative. Writing on Instagram, his parents said the video was fake and was highly doctored. Oh my God, these people are liars. Okay, let me ask you something. Those of you who are listening right now, what impetus, what payoff do you think anyone, like random strangers would have towards spending money to doctor up a kid's video? You have to pay money to do that. Either you're extremely talented, and in which case you'd be working for another company and you wouldn't be spending your time on doctoring Desmond's video, or you have to pay for someone to doctor Desmond's video. Who would have this type of time or money? No, these people are lying. The mother's lying. It makes me feel amazing. It gives me courage and also gives other people courage to do what they want. Desmond is amazing said. Here's the thing. When I was a child, I wanted to do everything to please my mom. Whatever it is that I thought she liked, I would actually do it because that's the parental figure, right? And if it's my dad, I wanted to do everything. Hey, dad, look, I can bounce, this far up on the bed. Bob, get down from there, right? If it's the mom, same thing. So if the mom is encouraging something like, "Hey, Desmond, look how you look great in this flowing, nightgown or whatever," so now Desmond's gonna wear it. Desmond's going to be like, "Hey, mommy loves this, and I want to please mommy, so now, therefore, I love it too." Desmond is amazing has become a highly successful drag performer, and in the last year has become, wow, this is a terribly written article. In the last year has become a recognizable name on the drag scene. The drag kid featured prominently in New York City's Pride advertising campaign last year. God help you all. God help you all. In the ad, Desmond said he identified as an androgynous drag kid who knows he is different. This is a boy who's 11. Let me ask you who are listening to me right now. What did you know at 11 years old? What did you know about yourself? Now, I won't even talk about the world, right? The world, that's forget about it. But what did you know about yourself at 11 years old? But they have this kid doing what he's doing out here. This is sick. It's a travesty. And the thing is, I'm I'm not the only one saying this. Drag queens themselves came out against her. He continued, "It makes me feel amazing, gives me courage." All right, he said that already. However, his role in the ad caused considerable backlash from conservative commentators. Michelle Cretella, president of the anti-LGBT conservative lobbying group, the American College of Pediatricians, said the Pride event would be a celebration of pedophilia as it allows young children to perform. Now, I'm not I'm not a supporter of anti-LGBT groups. I'm a supporter of LGBT groups. Okay, they're a supporter of their rights and their human rights, their civil rights, and everything, and their life choices. However, however, if these conservatives here, I'm a conservative myself, by the way. If these conservatives here who happen to be anti-LGBT, if they have a criticism for the mom who's doing this abuse to Desmond, I completely support this group of conservatives in this matter, only. As a pediatrician, I will go one step farther and say, I think she meant to say further. I'll go one step further. Far says far implies distance, And farther implies distance, further implies, volume, right? So I don't know. Well, oh, she did say step. So if she's going with that visual analogy, yeah, farther's better. As a pediatrician, I will go one step farther and say that the parents of these children and others promoting this are quite guilty of pedophilic grooming. Yes, yes, they are. Our culture is morally blind and has suppressed the scientific fact about homosexuality and transgenderism, she told CBN. Okay. Let's see. Whoa. This is this star. I forgot what her name is, but she's really swollen up. She's gotten big. Not in a great way. Okay. Let me see here. I also have something else to share. Okay, but not really in the internet here. This boy's drugged up. Come on, guys, take a look. Tell me this boy's not drugged up. And then if you look here, this is sexualized behavior with the lipstick and makeup. Those things are made to signal males that a woman is ready to mate. That's what makeup has been used historically for. Okay? So when you do this, you're grooming this child for sexuality. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. And Desmond is not the only example of um what my topic is here tonight. Okay? And now, for us to get into the topic, welcome to the Blowtop Show.
You, turn around.
You prefer the view from behind?
No, well, yes. You know I can't lie.
We've been delving into the main topic all along, but I wanted the official intro because now we're going to go into the meat of the matter. Okay? The meat of the matter is these people who are doing this, they're not LGBTQ advocates. What they are, they're a compendium of control freaks. That's who they are. That's who they are. They use everyone as a shield. They use gay people as a shield. They use black people as a shield. They use Mexicans, Hispanics, Latinos, everyone. They use Asians as shields. And what they do is they attack their political enemies. They attack conservatives. They attack the far right. They attack everybody who want to have freedom of speech. And they attack those people using like, hey, you don't like this thing we're doing? Well, and they push this drag kid in front of them. Well, you don't want to hurt children, do you? They use LGBTQ people and all other people who are minorities as shields. That's what they do. Let me give you an example here. And most of these people are far left liberals and feminists. I don't know if you guys remember this. This was probably 2014, 2012, right? When this video came out by a group backed by these people, it set the internet on fire because everyone from conservative to liberal said, wait a minute, slow that down, ooh, no. You know what they said? They said,
let's slow it down. Let's slow it way down.
okay? Because when this video came out and we saw what they had these kids do, right? And it's not like they had the kids do anything tragic or like it was a travesty. It's just a signal. It's a sign of what's to come. That's what the video is. Let me show you the video.
Pretty. Pretty. What the fuck? I'm not some pretty fucking helpless princess in distress. I'm pretty fucking powerful and ready for success. So what is more offensive? A little girl saying fuck or the fucking on equal and sexist way? Society treats girls and women. It's our future. So listen up, grown-ups. Here's some words more fucked up than the word fuck. Pay inequality. Women are paid 23% less than men for the exact same
fucking work. And women who graduate university with straight A's get paid as much as men who only got C's. So bad grades equal more bank? Just because you're a boy? Hello and hell no. Pay up, motherfucker. I shouldn't need a penis to get paid. Rape and violence. Fucked up facts. 1 out of every 5 women will be sexually assaulted or raped by a man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one of us will it be? So how many more women have to get knocked down before society stands up and stops it? Here's a hot tip. Stop telling girls how to dress and start teaching boys not to fucking rape. We're glad a women's right to vote is fair, but equality's next step is walking to the car without fear. Be pretty. So here's the tricky thing. Pretty, it's a compliment. But here's how this focus works to girls' detriment. Society teaching girls that our bodies, boobs and butts, are more important than our brains leads us to thinking our worth comes from our waistlines. My aspirations in life should not be worrying about the shape of my ass. So fuck focusing on how I look and give me a book.
The continued sexism, girls and women's stale face. Instead of cleaning these girls' mouths out with soap, maybe society should clean up its act. This is what a feminist looks like. Girls just want to have fun. Dimensional rights. $5 from each shirt goes to kick-ass charities that are fighting every day to make the world more equal for women and girls.
Yo, bro, when you tell a boy it's bad to act like a girl, it's because you think it's bad to be a girl.
Fuck that sexist shit. Fuckhate.com. Swear jar. I don't give a fuck.
This is what they're doing. This is who these people are. This is who they are. This is who they are. They took legitimate concerns. A lot of these things that the kids brought up are legitimate concerns. And when these things are brought up, they're so legitimate that no one can deny that they're legitimate. And the people who deny that they're legitimate, like hyper-conservatives, like, let's say, Ben Shapiro, he swears that there's zero wage gap. There is a wage gap, but there's nuance. And, you know, Ben Shapiro should actually acknowledge this, but instead of acknowledging it, he's like, no, there's no wage gap. So, yeah, I get it. But the thing is, this video is not going to make someone like Ben Shapiro pay more attention. What this video is going to do is make Ben Shapiro right. It's going to make him correct that you people are perverse, that you liberals, you leftists are perverse. This is why I left the left. That's an amazing play on words. This is why I left the left a long time ago, in my teens even. I can't deal with them. They take things way too far. They take it way too far. And notice, I don't know if you guys noticed that in the end there, they weren't content with abusing, not abusing, but exploiting. They weren't content with exploiting only the young girls. They threw a boy in there in a dress. Okay? They threw a boy in there in a dress. Not only was he in a dress, but he was saying anti-male things. Anti-male things. And there was also an anti-male undertone for the whole message. Look, it's one thing for you to be a hyper aggressive feminist and have your own issues with the chip that you have on your shoulder. That's your demons to battle. Those are your demons. But when you drag innocent children in it, look, those children, they have the opportunity to have amazing childhoods. We live in the 21st century, damn it. Those kids have electronics, they have clean water, they have the best food, right? Clean air. They have everything that anyone would need in the 21st century. They're in the first world and in the best century and millennia that's ever been. Those kids should have amazing childhoods, but instead, their minds are going to be filled with a lot of hatred and resentment and bitterness. Why? Why? It's immensely abusive, and you're screwing up an individual's life. Here's another example here. 1 second.
Yeah, she called me and told me that she had an issue up here about my grandson being in a dress. I mean, I'm trying to see what the issue is about that.
Okay, you'll have to talk to Dara.
Who's
She's the
Dara?
director. She's down in the other classroom.
Is she the one that was in charge of the kids while my grandson?
I was, but I can't talk to you.
Why?
Because you're not on the form. So we'll have to get Dara up here and see if she will let me talk to you about it.
I mean, first of all, I'm coming down here because we don't do that. The transgender and all that. We don't do that.
I understand. I don't either.
And I don't appreciate you encouraging him to put on no dress for the second day too. I don't appreciate that. And don't think this is going away. I'm going further with this.
Okay, you can go down and talk.
No, I'm not done talking to you. I'm letting you know the next time that you put any kid in a dress, we're gonna make you go viral.
Okay, you need to go talk to my director because I, as a teacher.
No, I'm letting you know I got an issue with you about that. I'm not playing with you.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you feel that way. But you should have called me before you made the decision to put my grandson in a dress.
Okay, you can speak to the.
No, I'm speaking to you.
Please do not talk to me in that tone with my children.
I wouldn't be up here if you wouldn't put my grandson in no dress.
Again,
well, do what you got to do.
With Miss
No, I'm taking it up with you.
Please lower your voice. You're in a classroom.
I'm taking it up with you. Well, you shouldn't have put my grandson in no dress.
These two.
Now, one of the funniest things about that video is that she tried to play the decorum card. How are you going to play the decorum card? Please lower your voice. When you put this man's grandson in a dress, come on, man. And you know what the funny thing is? This woman who probably came straight out of some sort of college with some liberal professors where they hate everybody, all men are sexist, or all white people are racist. You know what I mean? All straight people are homophobic. That toxicity and started pumping it into young children. Now, this may seem contrary to my channel that I would say this, but I don't blame white people as a whole for my problems or the problems of black people. That's not a thing. That's not what I do here. I support black empowerment. And I try to open the eyes and mind of my people so that they can do for themselves. That's my mission on this channel. So I totally rebuke the assertion that all men are sexist, rapists, all white people are slavers, all straight people are gay bashers, right? All these different things, they're coming from these colleges with these ideas pumped into their heads for like 4 years. For 4 years, they're broken down and rebuilt like Marines at Fort Bragg. Okay? You know how when you go there to be a Marine or a soldier, the first thing that they do is they break you down into nothing. They shave your hair. If you have dreadlocks, they shave that. If you have a beard, they take that off, right? And then, you know, over the course of, I don't know, 6 months to a year, they build you back up into what they want you to be. Well, in these colleges, it's been my experience, my observation that the students go through that whole thing. They get shamed, they get broken down, and then they get rebuilt back up into ultra leftists. Then they take all this energy, all of this toxicity and venom that's passed onto them from their professors. And then they go out into the world and they redirect it, pump it into whoever will listen. And it's a trick bag. For us black people, it's a trick bag. Do not fall for anything that the leftists have to offer. Okay? No matter how free it looks. Okay? When they come and they support you in some sort of fight, raise an eyebrow. It's a trick bag. When they come and they offer you something that you haven't earned, raise an eyebrow. It's a trick bag. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what a trick bag is, here's an example of a kind of trick bag.
Right, my fault. I ain't worried about a nigga, but here's your burrito, homie. Nigga, I ain't ordered no motherfucking Postmates. Judging by your crib, you be smoking that good shit. You probably forgot you ordered Postmates. Go ahead, man, open the bag, man, jog your memory. Damn!
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Someone hands you something that you haven't earned, don't fall for it. If someone gives you suspiciously convenient people to blame for your own problems, don't take them up on it. Don't take them up on it. Now, it's not to say that there haven't been wrongs done to women, LGBTQIA people, and black people. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that these pains, these agonies, these sufferings have been weaponized against the masses by the compendium of control. These people, what they're doing is they're trying to control, they're trying to separate us first and foremost. They want to separate us. For me, I take every person as an individual first before I classify any race or ethnicity or gender or anything like that. They're an individual. I treat them as such. Then, depending on what that person tells me, then I start to shape a personality around that person. That's how, in my opinion, you can do what you want, but in my opinion, that's how you should roll. That's how you should roll. You know what I mean? Let me read some of these comments here while we're still here. I'm not going to stay too long. I know you guys probably have things to do. And I saw that some of our favorite fellow YouTubers have more salacious topics for the night, right? So if you guys want to go to there, I'll give leeway so you guys can go there. You know, I'll step aside and whatnot. If you guys want the party to continue, I'll continue it. But if you just want to go, then that's great too. Let me see what we got here. Doing this can corrupt a person's life, said Sundown. Ted Bundy said what started him seeing violent, erotic comics at an early age. Yes, that's true. It can form you or shape you at an early age if you see something that's too extreme for you. You know? Sundown, I watched Cinemax at 11. Maybe that's why. Well, Blood Moon, you're definitely a unique individual. Morena Reyes says, oh, give me a second here. I haven't put the thing that I need to put in some of these videos, which is we have a project that we're working on. So anything that you give to the Cash App, it goes straight to the project. I won't bog you down with the explanation of what it is. I'll make a video of the project, you know, kind of like a trailer kind of situation. And then I don't need to have to pitch it every time we have a video. That's a waste of time. But let's get back to this here, to some of these comments. Where we at? And welcome everybody to the chat. Blood Moon, Sundown, Johnny Mills, only JS. Shout out to everybody. Okay. But yeah. So anyhow, that's really what I wanted to come with as a message tonight, which is you have to beware of these people. If they can't get to you, because you know what? The lot of you who have made it here, you can be anywhere else today, but you're here. And those of you who I know, like I know what you're thinking and all these sorts of things, I know that you're too strong to fall for any devious programming. But the children are children. So if they can't get to you, if the compendium of control can't get to you, they will just get to your children. They'll just get to your children. They went up in arms about Batman. They said that Batman doesn't go down on Catwoman. Now the thing is, I've never really thought about it, but they're actually supplanting all of their I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. All of their failings and all of their neuroses, they're putting it into the media that we consume. You know what I mean? Hold on one second. Let me read some of this then. But can you please change your screen? You want me to change my screen? What do you want me to change? Smoothie O. You don't like the cartoon? You don't like the cartoon? James Rogers, no one tells you kids are innocent and they don't know about those things. Yeah, Blood Moon. That's true. Hold on one second. Let me see what Blood Moon said. One second. Blood Moon said, "This is a white people problem." Well, Blood Moon, I don't know. I don't know if this is necessarily a white people problem kind of thing, because the video that I showed you with the boy getting put in a dress. See, isn't that so deceitful and sneaky, right? How sneaky is that? You imagine you're the grandfather, and in your case, Blood Moon, a mom or aunt or whatever, right? And you drop your kid off like their mom says, hey, Blood Moon, can you please take Jordan, can you please take Jordan to school, I'm running late, da 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 da. And you're like, sure, no problem. And you take them there, and then you go run your errands, right? Whatever it is that you do during your day, and you're thinking, well, my kid is not anywhere at home where a home invasion can threaten their life, and they're not in school. I'm not in school. They're not out in the street. They're in school, so they're safe. And then when you come back, the boy is in a dress. This is how sneaky it is. And if you didn't catch them in time, if you didn't catch them doing it in time, the kid would have been in a dress. And by the time you got there, they would have taken him out of the dress and you would have never known. And, and now they don't have to tell you that they put the kid in a dress. And the kid doesn't have to tell you. Let's say the kid is ashamed that they put him in a dress and he's scarred. He doesn't have to tell you. All you know is that your kid, Jordan hasn't been acting right. You know what I mean? Jordan's been morose. He's been sad. He's been, sulking around. What's wrong with Jordan? What's wrong with him? Jordan, hey, buddy, would you like some food? Are you hungry? What's wrong? And you have no idea that they did something to the kid that he does not understand. Like, all his life, all, let's say, 7, 8 years of it, the kid's been like, okay, dresses are for girls, pants and shirts are for boys, right? And all, this kind of toys for girls, this kind of toys are for boys. And then he goes to the school, and then some teacher just breaks the norm that the kid is used to. And then probably the other kids look at him funny too. So then now this is messing with the kid's psyche, messing with Jordan's psyche. And then he's like, why is he so, buddy? What can I do? Why are you so sad? What's wrong, buddy? This is how insidious these things are. This is how insidious these things are. Now, I have a business partner. Actually, he's currently still a friend, but he was a former business partner at some point when we tried to start a business together. At the time, he was a conservative, and I was kind of a liberal. Now I'm a conservative, and he's a liberal. But he's taken the liberal Kool-Aid with extra strength, liberal, ideology, extra strength. Anything I bring up, I mean, I showed him this. He's like, all I see is a kid who's playing dress up. Have you lost your mind? And notice, by the way, I've been told that a lot of people listen to me on their way to work and while at work. I don't know how safe that is. I don't know what kind of work you guys do, but just in case, I'm making some of my content safe for work so that you guys don't have to worry about, like, if the headphone slips out and then the device you're listening to goes loud, they don't hear any F bombs, right? No FUs and all these sorts of things. So I'm kind of cleaning up my act on this channel. I can't promise I won't yell anymore. A lot of things get me very angry, but I will try to keep it a little less blue and a little bit more PG-13. All right. Anyhow, that's how insidious this thing is. Where Blood Moon, that's how insidious it is, Blood Moon, where you think that your kid is safe, or the kid in your care, he's safe because he's in school, and then that's what happened. That's why I don't think it's white people's problems, because that kid was black. That kid was black. And the other thing is, a lot of liberal black people like to follow in the footsteps of liberal white people, so that will tend to be a problem as well. How many times have you noticed, like, a black liberal or a Hispanic or Latino liberal start to behave the same way white liberals do? They start to even talk like them, right? So I don't know. Terrell says wearing that dress is bullshit. Yeah, yeah, it is. I shouldn't have said that out loud, but yeah, it is. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. Let me read some of this here. There's no excuse for that behavior. I don't know. You guys are probably having your own conversations again. I don't find anything wrong with him wearing a dress. They don't dress them. The kids choose it and put it on. Usually, kids under 5 do that. Well, I don't know, Blood Moon. It seems to me. Oh, okay. Do you don't have any problem with the kid in the class wearing a dress, or Desmond is amazing wearing a dress and sashaying down? I don't know how long you've been listening, but I did read the article. Did you hear the article where they tried to deny that the kid was in a gay bar dancing for people who put money in his dress? It it's not just okay. Oh, let him wear a dress. That's not a thing. Blood Moon. I don't see what you see in this, but no, that's not how that works. I mean, I can see if under your supervision. Here, I think that's the crux of it. Blood Moon. I think that's the crux of it. If under your supervision he wears a dress, that's fine. If he wears a dress somewhere else, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Hold on, let me see. Morena Reyes says it's been happening forever. Child stars like Judy Garland and Shirley Temple talked about how they were exploited from with the adults that were supposed to protect them. Oh hell yeah, hell yeah. Hey, you guys remember what's his name? You know what you talking about, Willis? All that cast, that whole cast of kids, they had the most tragic life imaginable. One of them committed suicide, I think, like through overdose. The blonde girl. You guys remember that? You know, I that was a little bit before my time, but when you watch these documentaries, you know, you get to see that stuff. There was a blonde girl who was in a show with the guy who says, "What you talking about, Willis?" Gary Coleman. There you go, Composito. He was like, "What you talking about, Willis?" And yeah, he always says that to his brother and stuff like that. Well, he had a completely tragic life, and it all began with him being a child star. Hold on one second. Is it Dana Plato? Blood Moon. Was the girl's name Dana Plato? Let me read your other comments. All parents of young kids go to their schools and demand that the teacher stops them because they are doing it. Well, I'm not familiar with that. Blood Moon. That for me, that's been the first time I've ever seen that. And mind you, I've been a kid that someone's picked up. I've never seen a boy be put in a dress or choose to be put in a dress. And there have been choices of clothing in the closets, you know, dry cleaned and everything, just in case like the kid does something. Well, you know, I went to a school that was kind of funded, well funded, but just in case the kid, you know, soiled their clothing somehow, like maybe they peed on themselves or they rolled in the mud or whatever, they can have an extra change of pants or shirts in the closet and stuff like that. And through all that, I've never seen one boy get offered to be put in a dress nor choose to be put in a dress. Okay. So that's one thing. And the second thing is the parents who picked them up rushing there because, hey, let me get there before they put my kid in a dress. That's never been a concern. I've never seen it. Hold on one second. I don't mean the T kid, the drag kids, just kids under 5 dressing like princesses. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll tell you this, okay? One time, and this happened once, and that's been my upbringing, right? Once I saw mommy in some high heel shoes, and I was like, "Can I try those on?" She's like, "No, those aren't for boys." And that's the end of it. You know, but that's been my upbringing. You know what I mean? That's been my upbringing. Hold on one second. I get it, Blood Moon. I would be upset, and I would talk to my kid. And the thing is, Morena, when I say, see, a lot of times I'm misunderstood, right? So when I started this, I don't know how long you guys have been here. You probably came in, I don't know, halfway through, right? I don't know when you guys came in, but I started this by saying this is no shade or chastisation or any bad energy towards the children who like Desmond. You know, I think he's very brave. I think he's very brave, but I don't think the choices that he's been allowed to make, he should have been allowed to make them. I think there should have been some buffer time If he wanted to do this at home because he strongly felt that way, that's fine. But if the way they're doing this, they're making money off of them. They're making money off of them. And that's the other thing too. Someone mentioned exploitation. Yeah. Was it you, Morena, who mentioned like all these kids like Judy Garland and all of them? Yeah. The exploitation is one of the biggest things where you have these kids, okay, it's fine. And see, I'm torn about I'm torn about how Desmond is feeling. What I'm doing is I feel protective towards him. I'm not really, you know, I don't really care about the mom. The mom and the dad, I mean, the dad looks suspect to me, like he's gay. So I don't know if they're biological parents, if that's or functional. I don't know, whatever. But I don't care about them. I don't care about them. They seem like exploiters, especially how the mom was defending the accusations. I, you know, I think they're doing a lot that they're not telling us to Desmond. I'll just say that. Blood Moon, Corey Haim. Um, I hear or I heard some time ago that he and Corey Feldman were abused in Hollywood, and then they had some cases that they were going to bring up against producers and stuff like that. Is that true? There was supposedly a documentary called Open Shame, no, Hidden Shame, or whatever that was. But there was a documentary, and then Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, they were like, "Yo, these people are demons, man. They're demons. They're demons." And one of these people, okay, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey. Every few, let me know if you guys think this is weird, right? Let me know if you think this is weird. So every 7 years or so, and they do it at kind of like a 5 year or 7 year stint, so that Jim Carrey learns his lesson. But then Jim Carrey gets out of line again, and they have to reteach him the lesson. Jim Carrey, like around 2000, he came out and said, "Well, you know what? These elites, man, they're demons." And then Jim Carrey was missing out on roles. Jim Carrey was doing a circuit, apologizing. Yeah, I shouldn't have said blah, 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 blah. And then around 2011 or something like that, maybe 2011, 2008, 29, to 2008, 2009, Jim Carrey came out. He was like, "These people eat babies." Or was it this time? I think this time he said, "These people eat babies. You have no idea. These people are eating babies." Okay, so I don't know if Jim Carrey is smoking some good or if whatever he's drinking, he should cut that with some water. But Jim Carrey keeps coming out with these blurts, like he keeps blurting out these accusations against the Hollywood people. And then he misses out on roles, and then he has to basically go back and apologize, and then the roles come back in again. Suddenly he's doing Liar Liar and all these other movies, Truman Show, after he apologizes. Hold on one second. Obviously, hold on. Obviously, if he's going to call them out, they won't hire him. Well, that's the thing, right? Okay, look. One of the things that I hate about the movie industry is the monopoly that some people have in it. There should be no reason why Jim Carrey shouldn't have had any roles after speaking out against them, because it should be an open market. But these people have cornered the market. You can't, the term. You guys ever heard the term? They put it in all kinds of musicals and TV shows as some sort of catchphrase and an idiom. "You'll never work in this town again." That's basically how it is. So if you speak out against them, or you have a bad experience, or you create a bad experience with one of them, you will never work anywhere in that town with any of them. That's called a monopoly. And it keeps happening. Disney right now already owns Marvel. So they own Captain America, Daredevil, the Avengers, the X-Men, and all these different things, right? They bought Fox, 20th Century Fox. That was another major studio. They shouldn't have been allowed to do that. That's monopoly. That's I forgot what the legal term is for it, right? I forgot what the legal term is for it, but they shouldn't be allowed to do that. Now they're thinking about buying Warner Brothers, in which case they'll now have Superman and all these different things. That's another major company. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. So the whole capitalism is great, but unrestrained and unregulated capitalism can be a monster. Can be a monster. Hold on one second. Michael Jackson did what? Did the same thing? What do you think Michael Jackson did? You think he abused kids? Moreno Reyes, Blood Moon says, Moreno Reyes, a lot of comedians suffer from depression. Oh man, Robin Williams, man. Rest in peace to that guy. Rest in peace to him. What a talent. What a talent the world missed. There was a movie I saw from him. He had such a wide array of skills and talent. So not only is he comedian, but as far as the acting chops, when I was a kid, I watched Good Will Hunting. Man, it tore me up. That dude can act, man. He can act. He can act. I saw another one called What Dreams May Come, where it's kind of like a fantasy, and he has a dog or something like that, and they're in a dreamscape, and they're fighting through like dream nightmares and stuff. Amazing, amazing stuff, and that was not really comedy. So this guy's talent was in the stratosphere. Stratosphere. Hold on. Monopoly, yeah, they're monopolizing the market, but that's not the word I'm looking for, Marina. There was another word, I forgot what it's called. It's a highly legal word, and it scares all their lawyers. All these people, they have lawyers, right? And this word scares their lawyers. But for the life of me, I can't think of the word right now. But anyhow, let me see here. What else we got going on? We have a lot of things going on in the news. I already mentioned that in DC Comics, there's a debate going on right now as to whether or not Batman should go down on people. I kid you not. That's the thing they're discussing. I mean, when I think of Batman, I think of him fighting crime. But these people, they want to transfer everything about their personal life into the media that they produce for our consumption. What do I care if Batman eats the cat or not? Which I'm actually going to do a video about that. What do I care? I just want to know if he fights crime. You know what I mean? I want to know if he fights crime. That's crazy. So it's what else is going on? Oh, there are a couple of guys in London who trademarked the word Yoruba. They trademarked the word Yoruba. So the ancient people in Nigeria, they can't use their own name. If they wanted to, like, have a t-shirt that says Yoruba on it, they won't be allowed to use their own name because this company, these couple of white boys in the UK, trademarked and copyrighted the name of those people's culture. Yeah, lots of stuff happening in the news. All right. But yeah, so anyhow, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. If you're on any social media platform, I want you to go ahead, share a link to this video, share a link to this platform. Let's grow this thing we got, this Cosa Nostra, this thing of ours. Let's grow it, because only through growth can we progress. Okay, only through growth can we progress. And once we have something like 200 or 300 subscribers on this platform, we will finally, actually, you know what, once we have something like 500 to 1,000 subscribers, so it's not even 300, 200 and 300 gets us there, but it's not the goal, right? So once we have like 1,000 subscribers, then YouTube will finally see us, will finally recognize us on their timeline, on their feed. So if you can help grow that platform, tell a friend to tell a friend, right? And bring them back here so that we can have more brains in the room. It's only my brain in the room right now. Okay. For all I know, Denise, Radical Latino, and all these guys, they're asleep right now. It's really late. They have lives. I have a life too, but I wanted to come here with this breaking news and stuff like that, right? But they have lives, and I'm the only brain in the room. And in the chat room, we got several brains in the room, but the more brains in the room, the better. The better. So let's do this. Let's do this. I gotta go. Thank you for spending your time with me. Bro Tap out.